This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
We are back, Pete and Sebastian Show, coming to you after a long hiatus. Man, bro. Now, the audience doesn't know this, but we've been hanging out now for what? I'd say 6 weeks solid.
Yeah.
Every week.
Every day for like 6 weeks, it seems like. Pretty cool. Hey, listen, man. I would love to do funny comedy about it, but I really don't get sick of you at all, dude. You are, every time I see you, you're fun to be around, and it's been fun. It's been a lot.
Well, yeah, it's been a lot of travel. Let me clue you in on some of the BTS going on the tour. BTS, for those of you that don't know, is behind the scenes.
Oh.
So Pete has been a beacon of light on this tour for not only myself but the rest of the of the crew. And bro, I had no idea you almost have like a second life with the crew. I heard you were on the tour buses and you're hanging out on the tour bus, and I've yet to even make it on the tour bus.
Well, I'm a little less busy than you are, bro. So, but I like to represent for the guys on stage. I go on the tour bus and hang with the boys. Yeah, try to remember every name. It gets hard, man. There's a lot of them, but everybody's cool.
There's a lot of people. You want to talk about, as I refer to him as, grave guy.
Let's talk about him. I mean, you want to talk about a hobby? Wow.
Well, go ahead. Explain to the listeners.
There's a guy who's one of the roadies on this tour. Another great guy, is around all the time. He has a hobby. What he likes to do is he likes to, whenever you're in a different town, he goes to find graves of famous people. And I'm not even talking about like Marilyn Monroe with a velvet rope around it and security. I'm talking like, he goes like, remember that sitcom My Three Sons? The middle son is buried in Binghamton by a bush, like the craziest, like, even when we were in St. Louis is when this all came up, and he goes, you want to go see Stan Musial's grave? Guy used to, and then we ask him what he does when he gets to these things, and he cleans them up, if you can believe that. He cleans them up to show a little respect for them. Obviously, he takes photos. And one of the guys who's like in charge of the roadies, this is a funny story. He told me, he goes, Sebastian puts us up in nice hotels. We're going to be in New York City for a 5-show run. This guy comes up to me and says, can I stay in a cheap hotel in Jersey? And with the leftover money, can you guys get me a rental car so I can go see some cool graves in Jersey and the Bronx? And Mikey goes, I can't authorize that. I can't authorize that. I mean, what's it, take a rental car to go see dead people? I can't. There's nothing I can do with that.
Well, what's fascinating is, like, do you think some of the family members go to visit the grave after he's been there, and they go, Jesus Christ, who trimmed the grass around this thing?
Right? Yeah, was my Uncle Billy here? Was Uncle Billy here? Like you would think only another relative would do that,
Yeah.
Have you ever done that in your life, even for a family member? Like
clean the grave? Well, I went to go visit Lana's father, and there was a bunch of rocks on his grave. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I start chucking the rock. I go, put the rocks on this stuff. Right? I find out in the Jewish culture, when you go, you put like a rock on the grave. And here I am going, who's putting rocks on this guy's grave?
Who's dumping rocks? Oh my, yeah, that's funny, man.
Yeah, man. So
what if like 100 Jewish relatives come? You just got the rock pile just keeps growing.
Yeah, I gotta get exactly. Let's do a Google that shit on the rock and Jewish community when it comes to graves. But yeah, I don't know. I remember coming back and telling Lana there was rocks all over your father's grave, and I cleaned it up, and she's like, "No, that's what Jewish people do, or to pay respect or whatnot." Here we got it. Stones on a grave is an ancient Jewish tradition that symbolizes respect, love, and honor for the deceased. And here I am going, get the fuck.
If I was Jewish and my dad died and he was Jewish, I would just dump, I go to Home Depot and get a fucking half a yard of rocks, dump them in there, so that everyone will be like, oh my God, everyone's been visiting Seth. You like that, Seth? You like that? Oh, I wonder what comedian will be doing this bit on stage next week. It's been happening, folks. I'm not going to name names, but there's some comics out there taking our discussions and turning them into bits. I'll bet my arm on it. I will bet you can saw my arm off. It's not a coincidence.
Yeah,
that's a separate thing. We don't need to go there. I'm sorry, I had to say that.
Yeah, that's no, it's all right. It's okay. It's all right. Hey, it's a form of flattery, right?
If you share the royalties, it's a form of flattery.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Yeah. What are you gonna do? I gotta ask you something, and this is I know you might be uncomfortable talking about this, but I gotta ask you something, and I don't know if you were privy to it. In Des Moines, Iowa. All right. I get on stage, and within, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes, I start smelling the microphone, right? It smells like pot, right? And I'm like, nobody else uses this microphone but me. You know, sometimes when you go and use the microphone, and sometimes you smell the guy's dinner that went on before you.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It's been a while, but I've had that, yeah.
Okay. So the smell of pot started to become more prevalent throughout my set. So much so, where in the middle of my set, I even asked the audience, I go, you guys smell pot? And they're like, yes. Like, in unison, everybody says yes, right? And I go, I think I might know who it is, right? And some guy yells out, it's Pete! From the audience, right?
Right.
Cast listener. Has to be, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I go to Michael Ferrante on stage. I go, Mike, I don't know what the hell's going on back there, but let's knock it off, right? Now, is this the first time you're hearing this story, number one?
Yeah, we left right after I got off.
Okay. So I don't know what was going on, bro, but the whole arena smelled. If you walked in, you would have thought you walked into a Snoop Dogg concert. I don't know who was lighting it up, either in the back or in the arena, but it reeked like,
right.
Jesus, it was awful. Bro, I think I got high.
Did you figure it out?
No. That's why I'm bringing it up to you. I was thinking maybe funny. Pete's in the outside, and it was coming through the tunnel.
Well, what's funny about that is, which I can't remember, this has been years since this happened. I ran out in St. Louis, and I knew St. Louis it's legal, but I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't want to go walking to get it, and I knew it wasn't legal in Des Moines. So I'm like, one day. So I didn't even have any in Iowa.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, on my grandfather's grave, as I like to say, I didn't even have any, I swear. But there's been we were in another venue and we smelled it too.
Oh, wait a minute. Did Grave Guy go to your grandfather's grave yet?
No. What are you talking about? No. But we were in another venue and I thought I smelled it, but I'm like, I can't stand when people go, smells good in here. Because I just assumed, I bet one of these security guards did it. And then Pat came in, and I heard him say it to the person. And then Lindsay came in and said she smelled it down her hall. But that wasn't in Iowa. That was somewhere else. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe.
So the whole arena smelled it?
Oh, God, bro. It was
Guys,
terrible.
somebody was smoking pot in the show then. Maybe someone.
It smells up a whole arena? What the fuck? What kind of pot is this, bro?
Well, I mean, how could that possibly be that somebody, even if it was me, which I swear to God I didn't have any, how would it smell up the whole arena? Don't you think maybe there's some people in there smoking weed? That would be my guess.
You know more than me. If you pass a joint around, right?
Yeah.
Does it smell up? Like, what's the circumference of smoking pot? How? Like you smoking a cigarette, right?
Yeah.
You can smell that 25, 30 feet away. Pot takes up a whole arena?
It would definitely, if you smoked it on this side, I think everyone over here might go, is that pot? But I can't see people on that side of the stage. I don't know. Man.
The whole arena in unison said, yes, we smell it. So that was the last night. That was Des Moines, Iowa, was the last show. And just to give you guys an idea of where we're at, we have a good 30-day off of doing shows. So you've been back now for, I don't know, 36 hours. How was re-entry back into the house? Now, I equate it to an astronaut, right?
Yeah.
Been up in space for a while. Come back down to Earth. For me, take some time to acclimate to the new surroundings, right? I've been floating in space for a while. I got to get used to putting my feet on the ground here.
Yeah.
At the house. So, do you come in hot and are you right back into the family, or is it like Daddy's home, he needs a couple hours to readjust to family life?
Right. Well, I mean, it's interesting. Like, can you recall your first encounter with Lana? Is it a big hug and a kiss? Is it more of a welcome back? Like I
came home late on Sunday night. It was about 11:30. She was still up, but I had said to her, "I'm going to sleep in another room because I didn't want to. I didn't want the kids get up and then I didn't, I didn't get any sleep."
You know what that sounds like? You know what that sounds like? I'm going to sleep in another room because I'm used to sleeping alone now. That's some fucking rock and roll. That's not good, guy. That's somebody, Robert Plant, coming back from a 2-year tour. You get in your own bed. You slide right into your own bed anytime.
No. Generally speaking, if I come home late at night, I generally just go into another bed. I don't want to really wake Lana up, and then I don't want to have the kids come in at 6 o'clock. I need to come to. So I'm in this other room. Lana texts me at 6:30. Kids are up, want to see you. And of course, I want to see them. I'm up. I don't even know why I even bother with the other room. I go in, get the kids, took them to school. But the day I gotta adjust. Yeah. I need a little time to let me go get a massage. Let me ease into this shit. I can't hit the ground running.
Right. Yeah. No, it's fascinating. It's last night was my first night home. Okay. I just slept. This morning I woke up, right? Because I get home Monday and about 3 a.m, I can't sleep. And I get up and I go to the bathroom and then I come back. I still can't sleep. I get up again and it was windy and I just opened up the shade in the other room and I'm looking out the window because I can't sleep. And I freaked myself out because I'm like, do I miss the road? Am I fucking Hank Williams? What is going on over here? Jesus Christ. Willie Nelson's got nothing on me, I'm already wistful for the next but I couldn't sleep, you know. But when I came home yesterday, sometimes I get the big kiss and the hey, daddy's home. But I this is a tough time for us, bro. Christmas time, and Jackie had this conversation. She went to visit a very, very good friend, and I guess the very good friend said the husband was complaining about the same thing. Jackie complains that it's an incredibly busy time for her as a mom, as a wife. I got to send gifts. I got to get this gift. I got to bake this. I got to bake that. And it's just, you just come home and fucking hang out. She said yesterday, with your fucking skinny pop. And it's just all fun for you, right? Now, I said to her, you're taking it away. It's making it not fun when you get all pissed off about how busy it is. And I said, I'm really grateful for what you do. And she goes, I don't give a shit that you're grateful. It's really busy for me. I can't wait for it to be over. And that's what the friend says. And I'm like, when you say that, you're ruining it for me. And my problem is I came home. I was listening to Christmas carols on the flight home, bro, on my United flight. I got on Let It Snow, Let It Snow. So I came in like practically sipping eggnog, pulling into the fucking house. And Sadie's still got school. She's got a swim meet. I mean, so Jackie comes in behind me because she was food shopping, and I beat her home. And as she's got a bag, she walks by, she goes, hey, she kissed me like I just got back from the gym. All right, bro? Like, I don't want to parade, but like, all you can do is slide right back in because no one is like slowing down for you. There's no rose petals, there's nothing. So,
well, flip it around. If Jackie came back off the road and you came in with the groceries and you were sending out the gifts and this is would you hey, give me a heart?
When she does her marathons overseas, I track it on the phone and was standing in the driveway when she pulls in doing this. All right. I mean,
do you think she's looking at you going, "Let the fuck get off the driveway"?
Oh no, you can just see the smile. I can see it through the windshield. I mean, you get the fuck off the driveway. Listen, but she's only done that 3 times, right? I mean, we've been gone like crazy. So I guess it's got to be what it's got to be. But when I knew I was back in, and I forgive me if we've had this discussion before. But today, I had to get the cars washed, so I took one, then I came back, and I was taking the second one. Now, I'm pulling into the road right in front, like my driveway's here, and I'm pulling into this road right here. The guy in front of me stops, because he knows this guy, and they're chit-chatting, and I'm behind. Now, he don't give me the, sorry, nothing. Just doesn't, like, he knows I'm there, but how long do you wait? Because I'll tell you how long I waited, and then I leaned on it. And then he still didn't go, and I leaned on it again, and he went, and then the guy he knows coming this way goes, calm down, and I go, no!
Oh, wow.
What the fuck? I'm home.
Yeah, well, looks like the Christmas carols worked.
Oh, God. I need more Dean Martin. Yeah, I didn't even add anything. I just yelled out no at the top of my lungs. The guy was like, what the fuck?
I've seen that happen where you pull up, guys talking to somebody. You know what I want to see? As soon as I pull up, if the guy is talking to someone in a car, right, and there's a guy standing there talking to him, once he sees the car, you need, as the individual outside the car, to start backing away and still talking as you're backing
love that
away.
Move. Yeah, like this, you're doing that back. I love. He was in another car though, so it was car to car.
Okay, so if you're car to car, you got to roll. You got to have the wheels need to be rolling, and you're talking as. That's yeah. How long was the wait?
I gave him 30 seconds. Small town, 30 seconds. I thought that was so generous of me. And I would have gave more if at least after that 30 seconds, if he would have at least been like in the rear, like, then I would have just totally didn't acknowledge me and left me high and dry right in the road. I mean, it was only a 30-mile-an-hour road. No one was going to T-bone me. But my point is, Yeah, I thought it was disrespectful. So 30 minutes in, I leaned on it, and no one honks in my town, so everybody looks over.
Oh God, yeah,
Yeah.
No,
So
you're back.
I'm back. Yeah, you know, I gotta say though, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm asking too much. I just feel like, you know, women should want to just like do it the minute you walk through the door. I'm saying it.
Oh wow, you're fucking lost, bro.
I'm
What do you think this is fucking? Do you think this is in your 20s? Bend over.
If I came home from World War II, what then would you open up your shirt? Like then, or even then would you say can't wait till Friday? I mean, yeah, let's go. Is that all right? Do we go not go? Is that more than we say on the show? But anyway.
I also want to touch on, and I don't know if you want to get into this, but I thought I'd clue the listeners and the viewers in on a little tradition now that you have started on the road at hotels that have a bathtub. Now, you got a little... Pete has taken up bath time at the hotels. Now, we went on a run where we stayed at hotels that didn't have a bathtub. Yeah. And you've taken this so far that you are now traveling with your own salts the bathtub.
Yes. My own. What do you call those salts? Epsom salts.
Epsom, yeah.
Yeah, a whole big 4-pound bag of it. I mean, it's become... Well, listen, this new tradition is going to end the minute I'm back on my own because I'm not going to be in the hotels that I'm in right now. But as long so the hotels have had beautiful tubs. I got the bed back. So now I read the back of the bag. It says to put like 2 cups in for a bath. So I'm carrying around a 4-pound bag, and we had a run with no hotels. I was getting with no tubs. I was getting frustrated. But you say you put like damn near the whole bag in when you do it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Man.
I put the whole bag in there. I feel like I'm in the Dead Sea when I'm in a bathtub.
Wow.
That's how much salt is in that damn thing.
You reminded me because I don't want to forget. There was another part. You got something. Sebastian gave me an incredibly generous Christmas gift, folks, that literally made me tear up. I can't even get it to. Yeah, very generous. Fucking unbelievable. So I had given you a gift, but I had another one. I wanted to make sure it was all going through because of insurance. You got to go through insurance to get it, but you're going to get a medical device coming in the mail one of these days. It's not going to have my name on it because I told them to send it straight to you. When you get it, you'll know. It's going to be a game changer. It's a game changer, guy. Fucking medical device. John knows about it. He says he doesn't think you have one. I asked him, so he's like, I've never heard him mention that. I'm like, all right.
Well, speaking of John's coming tomorrow. He's staying here for a night. So John, who's also on tour with us, I've known John now for 27 years. He eats sardines, right? You travel with Epsom salt. He travels with sardines.
Really?
Do you know this?
No.
Yeah. So, I like every night on the way back to, when we get back to the hotel, he'll go, "You want a can of sardines?" I go, "Fuck, it's midnight. Fucking sardines you're eating at midnight." Right. So he travels with. He goes to Costco and he buys in bulk sardines. And he travels with sardines. So he's coming tomorrow night for one night here. He's got to come in town for something. When he gets here, he's going to have a sardine basket in his room, right? I already talked to Dom, who's with the cheese store over here, and went out with him last night. Yeah. And I was at his store last night. I was looking, he's got a bunch of sardines, different, right? So I'm going to give John a plethora of different sardines to taste.
Oh, man.
While he's here. Now, John gave us meat on the road. this is John kills his own food, and he basically killed a deer, and he made beef jerky out of it. And I don't know how many times this trip that I was like starving that I cracked open this beef jerky and it saved me, right?
I didn't eat any of the jerky, but I went through all them sticks with the meat, it's the beef, it's the deer and the pork all in. But same thing, I'd be in my hotel room, especially like St. Louis. There's nothing really around. It's late at night. I'm starving. And I'd go, I got John's meat. I got the meat. I was taking, in the morning, I woke up, and by 8:30, I was biting into that fucking thing because I couldn't wait. And then I worked out and I had to take a shower. What's your take on this? You ever do this? You ever chewing on meat in the shower? Because I took a bite. I took a bite because I had it on. Yeah.
I've never eaten food in the shower. I've never walked into the shower chewing on something.
Well, let me walk you through it, because with the sticks he gave us, I saw when I was biting into it, I was going right into the skin. Then we were on the plane. He pulled out his knife and he sliced mine, and he takes the skin off. He peels the skin off. Yeah. I said, "Oh, should I be peeling that off?" He's like, "Probably." So now I'm in my hotel room and I don't have a knife. So I take my toenail clippers, and they got that like file, and I'm able to use that file just to get enough cut into.
Oh God!
Wait, I'm not using the nail side. I never file my toes. I never use that tool on the thing. And then I'm able to make a cut enough in it to get my thumb in there and do a peel. Now, I knew the nail file was in the bathroom, so I got the meat stick, and I go into the bathroom, and I just do it right there because I'm in there. And then once I get it off, I got the shower. I take a bite, and then I put it down, and I'm doing other stuff. About a half hour later, I want to take a shower. So now I turn the shower on, I look over, and the meat's still on my toiletry bag in the bathroom. So I go up to it, and I take a bite, and then I hop in the shower. And I'm like, geez, I don't think I've ever been chewing on meat in a shower before. I'm in my 50s.
Why the fuck is meat in the bathroom?
Right? Like, I thought it was all odd, too. I'm like, how did I end up chewing meat in the shower? And then I backpedaled. It all made sense, but.
What the hell, bro? I don't know what the hell's going on with you.
Well, then, you know how you get. Yeah.
Good.
You know how you get the little pieces of meat? You need floss after you eat John's shit, you know?
Yeah.
So a couple times, like, I get one out and it land on the floor, and I'm like, and I just think about the housekeeper going, "Is that fucking meat?" like she thinks it's lint, and she grabs it. It's fucking beef. Oh God!
Oh God!
So I try to get it.
You talk about animals going into these hotel rooms, and like, and then we come in there, and then you bring your own sleeping bag sometimes, and you sleep in the sleeping bag because you're like, I don't know who slept in this thing, bro. I would hate to go in the room after you get out of it. The fucking meat's on the floor.
You don't know. You don't know any of that went down. I try to get all the meat off the floor. You don't know. I mean, if someone just busted open my hotel room door halfway through my stay, they may go, "Jesus Christ, what's going on in here?" But by the time I check out, nicely nice.
Well, that's what we were talking about. Like, we never see each other's hotel rooms on the road and how people live. Like, John came to the door because I had to drop something off to John. He came to the door and he was in his bare feet, right? And I was like, oh, like, I should even be seeing this, right?
Yeah, no. You went to his hotel room door?
To drop off meat because I needed to have him refrigerated at the arena. So my question to you is, if you're staying in a hotel with people that you just know, like on a business level, and they come to your room, should you put on footwear before you open the door? Or
yes.
could you answer the door barefoot?
No. Maybe if you're a woman, but not if you're a man. No, never.
I felt as if he opened. I felt if he had opened the door and his dick was hanging out. That's how uncomfortable I felt.
Bro, I'm not even comfortable talking about this, man. I'm right there with you. This is like, I think I would have said, fuck it. I'll keep the meat in room temp in my room. I don't even want my meat in this room. You're going to be walking around barefoot in here near my meat. I mean, you may as well fuck my meat.
Oh, shit. My God.
I'd love to get his take. Do you think he even was like, I should probably get some shoes on?
He don't even think about it, bro.
You know
no
what?
one thinks about this shit, believe me.
Because he's jiu-jitsu and shit, you know, and jiu-jitsu, they that's why I would never do that karate shit. Right out of the gate, we're practicing barefoot. Get the fuck out of here with that. You know, can't we all wear sneakers to kick each other? Why do we got to be barefoot, right?
I feel the same way. I don't like the whole barefoot rolling around and it's I'm not into that. So I not only saw the feet, but I started looking. You ever look behind the person to see what they got in the room? Like I saw an open suitcase and it was in the middle of the room, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? You know, like, is that one shoe that he's got outside? Like I start analyzing the whole.
You're like CIA operative without even knowing it. You just go like this, and then the guy goes, "Tell me you see woman on the left, pink shirt, blah blah blah." Like you see it all like that. You like take a mental shot. Yeah, but you see like you know, like someone's got like I keep my suitcase sometimes on the edge of the bed, which is not good. But
wait, like on the bed.
Yeah, I have a king bed, so I only take up half the bed, so my bag is on the other side of the bed, opened up.
Oh God, bro! So you're putting a dirty suitcase on the beautiful sheets.
Well, on the side. Well, there's another thing.
I don't care what the fuck.
No, this is not bad. I take a full-length towel and lay it on top of the bed, and then I put my suitcase on that and open it up, and that is all a thing.
I couldn't sleep with a suitcase on the bed. I couldn't sleep like that.
I know sometimes I roll over, my wrist will hit my own fucking suitcase. Like, fuck.
Oh God, bro! If I was the maid and I came in,
housekeeper
and I saw
guy, 2025 housekeeper.
Oh, excuse me.
Holy Jesus.
If I saw the housekeeper come in and there's an open suitcase on the bed, I go, this guy's killing somebody tonight.
He's got to get out of here in a hurry. Yeah.
And there's meat on the floor. I'm out.
Yeah, but then there's Epsom salt, so it's all throwing you off, right? This guy's eating a drumstick in the fucking bathtub.
I forgot to ask you, do you travel with a candle? I think we talked about this. Is there a candle in your suitcase that you whip out?
There usually is, but not on your trips, because on your trips I don't do my hobby because it's not my. It's not, I'm working for somebody else. So, but when I'm alone, I do. Yeah, but no, I go outside, and I swear to God, that really wasn't me. I have no idea. I can't stop thinking about why. That's got to be the case in Iowa, though. Everybody was.
I don't know what's going on over there, but
so what do you unpack everything out of your suitcase when we get to these places?
No, I mean, I unpack if it's going to be 3 days or more, but these 1 night, 2 night jobs, everything stays in the suitcase and I pick it out of there. But I put mine up on a
stand?
on the luggage rack. I asked for 2 luggage racks, put it in there, and then I live out of the suitcase.
Right.
And then what I've been finding out is, like, especially at the hotels, I tip a 20, and the room when I get back to the room, the way everything is beautifully placed, I like a neat room when I'm doing shows. I don't want to come back and have like clothes on the floor. I like a tidy room. All right. So even the toiletries, I take them out. I place them. Sometimes I come in and they put like a nice little Four Seasons little mat, and they organize your toiletries. I need it to be nice and organized.
That's like been a routine of mine for years. Before, even back when I played a club and they're going to pick you up to take you to club, I straighten my room. Same thing. So when I come back at night, it's like it's not a mess. So like that's like the last thing I do after. Now I did something this last trip that I don't think I'll do again. I want to throw it out there. I gotta tell you, because I thought it was a packing thing that I thought was so clever, but it ended up being such a goddamn pain in the ass. I try not to have to do check bag, right? So one thing that always takes up a lot of space is my toiletry bag. It gets filled, and it's like sometimes I pack and I'm like, God, I gotta get this thing in here. So this time, Jackie's like, what are you doing? I had a bunch of sandwich bags, Ziploc sandwich bags, and I'm on the bed in my bedroom, and I take all the toiletries out, and each thing I'm putting separately in a Glad bag. Instead of in my toiletry bag, my toothpaste, sandwich bag, my toothbrush, sandwich bag, contact, sandwich bag, hair, Moroccan oil, its own. So I had about 15 to 20 little sandwich bags. Each one has a product that would be in my toiletry bag. Collectively, they compound my bag and I can't get it in. Individually, I pack my whole bag. I put the tweezers in between the boots. I put the Moroccan hair oil in my sneaker. Like everything had a nook and cranny like of its own. So it didn't take up any space because there's so many little holes and spots you miss when you pack. The problem is when I got to these hotels, like especially we had that 3-hour trip we got in at midnight, it took me like fucking 45 minutes to find my toothpaste. It was like Easter egg hunt. I'm like, Jesus, it was in a boot. It was in a boot. I'm like, God, you know? And as I find them, I'm laying them out on the bed. Then I got to take them all out of their sandwich bags. And then I got to put the sandwich bags over here. Oh, God, more trouble than it was worth.
That sounds like a nightmare.
I was flying with everybody. We all went to Chicago. And then from Chicago, I had my own flight to Buffalo. Now, I was flying to Buffalo. By the way, when we all got out in Chicago, McGann was seated way up in front of me, Pat. The guy waited because he wasn't there when I got on the plane. So I'm like, I didn't really get a chance to say goodbye. Even though he lives in Chicago, he could have been halfway to his car. I come off and he was waiting there to say goodbye and kind of walk through the airport today. Stand-up guy, man. That was really nice of him. But anyway, when I got on my own flight in Buffalo, the guy in front of me was snoring like such an animal. Like such an animal that I got up and I went over to the flight attendant because she could hear it. We could all hear it. And I go, Can you say something to that? And she laughed. She goes, no, I can't. She goes, you can, but I can't. I thought that was interesting, you know, like if he was like yelling, a flight attendant would go, sir, stop yelling. You know, it's the same. And it was that dying snore, you know, where you like stop and, you know, and I'm like, oh God, you should, you know, wake up, give him stimulants. So anyway, I was kicking my chair and shit and kind of come to, but and then I was doing my mumbling where I'm like, gee, I'm using the Lord's name in vain a little too much lately, but I'm like, Jesus. Some lady emailed me about that. I said, are you kidding me? A fan of the cast. You've been using the Lord's name in vain a lot. Sebastian too, but mostly you. And I write back, are you kidding me? This has to be a joke, right? And then she writes back, no, it's not a joke. I'm serious. You have been, and you never used to. And my husband noticed it first. And then I wrote back to her, I can't express to you enough how much I don't give a shit, lady. I said that. My exact words to her. I haven't heard from her since. She's still listening to the cast, though. What are you listening to? Nothing better out there. Shit. There's not. There's nothing better.
Shit.
Patrick's been a great audience member today.
Oh no, he's amped up. He's been here since 6 o'clock. I did a podcast before this.
I heard, you freaking machine. Bookie's out, by the way, folks. What are you doing? Season 2 is getting rave reviews. I've been reading them, bro. Get that tuxedo fitted. What?
Did you see the first episode?
Not yet. I just got home yesterday. I'm gonna. I don't know how I feel though. I don't know how I feel about waiting a week. I might let, like I did with Walking Dead, 3 or 4 build up.
I'm not into it. Just give me it all at once. By the way, speaking of TV shows, I'm gonna do a recommend here.
All right.
And I don't know, did you tell me this?
Probably not.
No. My buddy did. Lioness. Paramount Plus. Special Ops.
Lioness.
If you're looking for a little holiday watch, highly recommend Lioness on Paramount Plus. I'm in.
Is it a war thing then, you're saying?
No, Special Ops were like, there's a group of people, they're trying to infiltrate a terrorist organization.
I'm in. I'm in. Love it.
You're going to love it. You're going to love this. Another recommend, a little bit off beat, but still worth a quick. The Kings of Tupelo documentary.
All right.
About an Elvis impersonator going down a conspiracy hole, which ends up, this happened in 2013. I don't know if you remember when the president of the United States at the time, Barack Obama, got ricin sent to him in the mail. Do you remember this?
Yes, I do. I forgot.
This 3-part documentary on Netflix is all about what happens leading up to that, which I find pretty fascinating. It takes place in Tupelo, Mississippi. So those are the 2 recommended watches coming out of the Maniscalco household. And if you're looking for a fun kind of on an airplane, I'll knock this out. Take a look at Carry On, starring Jason Bateman. It's on Netflix. All takes place in an airport, and
I don't do Bateman. I used to love Bateman. I don't do him anymore.
I know.
Yeah. Wouldn't come on the cast. It's a shame. He's great. He's fantastic. It's killing me. Luckily, Ozarks was over before my boycott started.
Could you pull up Jason Bateman Carry On? And I got to find out what brand of hat this is that he's wearing. Isn't that a beautiful hat?
Those are like, I think I had gotten one for a gift, and I was like, why is the face so big? And Jackie was like, that's how they're doing them in LA now.
I got to get this hat. I don't know.
Well, we'd know where he got it if he would come on the cast and tell us. I know, this guy's such a great actor.
Okay, you said you had something big. Okay, so you're at Buffalo. So did this guy wake up with the snoring?
No, he didn't wake up. I was just, I was going to ask you, though, do you think that that's something the flight attendant should have to bring up if you want them to? But
I think the way I look at the plane is a business, right? So if somebody at your business is bothering or doing something to disrupt other customers' experience, then yeah, the management has to step in.
Too. I think so too. By the way, another little side tip for travelers, because I like to give them a little carry-on trips. Things are getting hairy out there. They're not even letting you, like, if you're in zone 4 and you're trying to board with zone 2, they're not even letting you on if that beeps. It's there. So the latest is, I was getting on and the lady said, I'm going to tag your bag. I don't think there's any more room in the overhead space. If there is, you can bring it on, but I don't think there is. So, and she did this like 10 bags before me. So everyone was walking up and they were just dropping their bags off. So I drop my bag off. I take 2 steps on the plane. I look down the aisle. A lot of head bin space. And this is my last flight before Buffalo, so I don't want to deal with it. I go to step back off the plane. I just stepped on it. I go, excuse me. I go around the one passenger to get back, and people are like, the fuck? The flight attendant looks at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, lithium battery in my bag. I go, lithium battery. And she goes, oh, good call. And then I grab my whole bag and bring it on. Then I get on, put it up, and there's 2 people next to me that go, oh, there's so much space. Can I go get my bag? And the lady's like, no, once you're on, you can't get off and go get it. Oh, I did that. Bro, the way I scam, I tell you, man, I wouldn't be surprised if one day I'm sitting next to the fucking pilot with a cup of coffee and he's like, how'd you get up here? By the way, I can tell you that thing next time we're hanging out. I can't say it on the air, but I'm in the clear.
I was going to... It's funny you say that. I was going to ask you Sunday while we were hanging out because I'm sorry. I'm entitled to hear this story.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Pete wants to tell me a story that he couldn't tell me. And I felt like I deserved to know.
Oh, God, I want to tell you. I haven't told anybody, but it has to be told over beer and wine. It deserves that. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good one. Whew. So where are we? I think that's the show.
That is the show for today. Just a reminder, Bookie is now on Max Season 2. Check that out. It Ain't Right Tour starts back up January 17th. We're in Utah and then Denver. And then we're ripping through April. So check that out, SebastianLive.com. We are here 2025. We have to thank everybody who has listened this past year. There's a lot that went on with Pete and myself. And we do appreciate your listenership. For those of you that are new to the team, we do have a Patreon page that we give you 1 extra episode a month. There's some behind the scenes on there, as well as Loose Ends every Tuesday. I haven't been a part of Loose Ends in the last, 2 months, 6 weeks, but I plan to make more of an effort now that we have a little bit more downtime. And Loose Ends is something that you get to call in, talk to Pete and myself about anything you want to talk about. And we'll give you a little bit more of an intimate look at the Pete and Sebastian show. So that's $5 a month. Nobody's getting rich off this stuff. It's just a thing that we like to do for the people who have been with us since, what now? It's going on 12, 13 years of this?
Yeah, but I think 12. But yeah,
12 years. Jesus.
I feel like I feel like the less years I make it, the more inclined you want to keep doing it. So how was about? I think it's 8.
Oh God! So we'll see you next week. Hop over on Patreon and have a wonderful, wonderful week.